Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. I woke up this morning and discovered the military propaganda in America had tipped their hand in Yahoo News. I've known for a long time that the Ukraine was a parameter scrum where Queen Elizabeth got both sides to agree to conflict and cahooters behind the scenes. Paul Manafort helped to organize it for Trumpy to impute these and the leapfrog oligarchy. Um, to bring about universal military conscription on the basis of parroted Churchillianism. Well, Zelensky sure was persuasive. He's quite a hombre. And there's no question that Russia's invasion is an outrage. But Trumpy to impute these dogma, which is this cringing towards what really happened, is the awful tabloids in Russia who refuse to stand up to Putin and his noxious threats to self destruct the planet. Pigeonholed anybody who was thoughtful in this matter as, how did they put it? Yahoo News today put it. It's amusing, sort of. There have always been those in the West whose fear of Russia outweighed their support for the Ukraine. Isn't that cute? People whose belief that NATO had made agreements to protect areas of Europe that extended beyond what was even reasonable stopped at the line and said, "What's going on in this other place?" They dared to wonder what was going on in mysterious Donbass. They dared to wonder whether there was any truth to the idea that a legally elected Yanukovych was revolution out of power. They dared to wonder how it felt to be in Russia when there was a near revolution to overthrow Yeltsin. They dared to wonder whether or not Russia was in danger of encirclement. They dared to wonder whether there was any significance to the bombardment, the asinine, genocidal bombardment of Iraq by lying, scheming US politicians, influencing the matter. They dared, their fear of Russia. That was what made them dare to question the US government's propaganda. I don't think so. Now, when it comes to fear of Russia, why would we fear Russia? They're far away. Oh, well, because Trump has their back is why we would fear Russia. Let me tell you a little secret about Queen Elizabeth's treatment of James McGrath Crary. To, According to King Crimson and Paul McCartney, Jimmy Crary's fear of rape outweighed his respect for Leslie's wishes panting to be taken, and he failed in his duty to announce the agency of the nature of reality at the University of Pittsburgh. And so, therefore, his loved one was raped and he was castrated, and Circe was raped, penetrated. Because this evil, remarkable, admirable restraint constitutes no less than sexual harassment of Latina women. This is the magical gyration of UW dialectical. Which brings us to the great mystery of Greta Thunberg's remarkable media similarity in Attenborough media to all the women who participated in this outrage. I was influenced in my painting by a man whose first painting was Greta Garbo, the famous Ninotchka. Zoe, in fact, sent me a picture of Ninotchka. So who's Ninotchka? Camellia, dare we say, believer? What other ponderous games have the military played in America? Now, what is really going on in the Ukraine is a diversion from people whose fear of telling the truth about the COVID monstrosity outweighs our loyalty to our evicted grannies. Well, Greta's appearance at a thing called the Intercept said it all. She kicked her bootmate and discussed her face. The Intercept never happened. The Intercept is an invention of New York media whereby Ringo Starr was allowed to say, I was to blame for Princess Diana's murder. I was to blame for John Lennon's murder. I was to blame for Tupac Shakur's murder. And they all believe it. They say that my sincerity and innocence is the act of a traitor. And why is that? Because I snitched on their cash cow, John Schulman. And all their mummy emotionings amount to, I mean, the person who's the only honest person among them is on the left in Seattle, who admits that I was just selected as a sacrificial white. Never mind that it's illegal to select anybody on the grounds of race, much less for sacrificial homicide. Because Yoko Ono is overseeing all of this. Yoko Ono's rampage and mayhem is berserk. And the Trumpies and Putin mongered what's going on in the Ukraine. They don't care about the Ukrainian people. Say instead, fear of these psychopaths from Hollywood outweighs my fear of them. Loyalty to the people of the Ukraine, you should be saying. Loyalty to the people of Russia. Loyalty to the people of the world. Because morality, first and foremost, is the basis of human morality. Your best basis of loyalty. I had the unhappy experience of seeing a person interested in what I had to say yesterday until I said I like the Pope. Cancel culture immediately swang its mighty scimitar. She got up and huffed and walked away. I didn't say I support the Pope. I support. I didn't support her two-timing right to reproduction charge of her own vestiges. I said I like the Pope, and I do. Something wrong with that? I like the UN too. You're gonna cancel me? I don't particularly care for Putin. I don't like the way he uses his intellect to hurt everybody. Don't make me out to be Joe Jinx so that you can target people I love anymore. Because I had nothing to do with any of Lewis Lawson's brain damaged theorems.